Hello, my honeys. It is your favorite accessory stylist and social entrepreneur, Alicia Gardner, and we are serving you up this Saturday for serving in business. Y'all, honey bunnies, like if you have never truly tuned into any of the serving in business episodes all the way through, do yourself a service. Let your heart and your mind and your spirit, your growth and your development be blessed. Don't
Hmm.
you miss this one. Grab your pen, grab your paper, do all the things,
All the things.
all the things. Hello, because my mentor, a woman of God, a visionary, is in the building. Kamilah Antoine. Bo, 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 bo. Y'all. So, real talk, the reason why I'm so hyped, the reason why I'm like, thank you, Lord Jesus, for this moment, because Camilla, for real, if I've never told you, to know your family, to have engaged y'all in such an intimate way, professionally, mentally, emotionally, on the real, y'all have transformed my life. Y'all have been instruments of the Lord. Kid you not,
Thank you.
promise you. And that is no stretch. That is a true statement. Y'all have truly been instruments of the Lord to literally change my life, change my family's life for the better. I would not be the woman that I am. I would not be an entrepreneur. I would not be someone of vision, someone that truly seeks the Lord. Lord, what do you have for my life? What purpose and plan to a whole nother level that little Alicia would have never imagined.
Oh, thank
So
you.
thank you for being here. Thank you so very much for just being how and who you are. Please, for those that are not acquainted with you, let them know who you are, what you do, whatever is on your heart to share about yourself. Go for it.
Oh man, I have absolutely zero prepared in my head. So everything I'm saying is really coming off the head, the dome. That being said, I will have a caveat that I got a lot on my plate and a lot on my mind. So if I stumble, stutter, or say something wrong, give me grace. Alicia, I am humbled. I am honored to know you, to have encountered you so many years ago. We've known each other for, I'm going to guess and say, close to 9 years, maybe 8 years, if not 10. It's been a while.
Mhm.
And just honored to know you and blessed by your journey. Very proud of you, very excited for you, inspired by your tenacity to do things with Tim and the kids. And I'm here for you. I am a champion for your work. For those of you that don't know me, probably many people, I am Kamilah Antoine. I am a personal development coach and consultant and speaker. I am a John Maxwell trainer, all the things in my solopreneur world. In my full time world, I write curriculum and I train educators across the board. I work full time for a social emotional learning curriculum company, and I do some part time contracting and supporting nonprofit work for so many things. I can go on and on about all the things that I have my hands in, but I just sum it up to say professional educator in mental health and wellness development. That is my primary work. That is what God put me here for. I love the fact that the work that I do in my professional space complements the work that I do as a solopreneur. And I am constantly in the position of trying to make people better, help people get better so that we can have a better world. God literally put that on my head the other day, and he's like, you build people up so that when we build each other up, we build up our world. When we look around and we see so many things that are contradictory to maybe what we grew up with or the way things used to be in terms of how we look out for each other, empathy, loving people, wellness, all the things. I'm like, oh, we just need a lot of help. We need a lot of help and we need a lot of work. And I try to facilitate that growth in anyone who's willing to do the work.
That part. And I really like the way you phrase that because that is so accurate. There are so many people that want the outcome without the work, without
Mm,
the journey, without the
mm,
process.
mm.
My.
My, my. My.
So, okay, so even of course, knowing you within the social selling space before all of the coaching and consulting really came into your professional world, truly that, even outside of that being under your title, under your credentials, that's something you've always done. It's for, I'm sure, well beyond me knowing you, pouring into people, bringing out the best in people, even having those hard, like, conversations, having those difficult truths said in such a way that makes people want to move, that makes people want to act. It's like, you know what? I can be better. So, like, is that, has that always been in you? Was that like
Ooh.
cultivated into you? Was that, please?
I don't know. I don't know where it came from, especially because if you really knew me growing up, which there's only a handful of people that could probably speak to that. I was definitely more of an introvert. I was definitely more of a follower. I led in some ways, but oftentimes I want to say follow. I would step back and assess and kind of watch what people were doing.
Mhm.
And I wasn't as in the mix. I was not the popular kid. I was not the one who was leading initiatives in high school. Like, that was not me at all. But I've always been social.
Okay.
I've been social, and I've been social in like an intimate way. In
Mhm.
other words, if there's a big old group of people, I'm not going to go over there and talk to everybody. But if there's someone sitting next to me and we get to know each other, we're gonna talk it up. We're gonna chat it up.
Okay.
And so what I discovered, I think probably by the time I finished high school, was I could build really solid relationships with like people one on one, and with that, like, people would then just tell other people about who I was. So I think I probably poured into the people that were close to me. But as far as, like, again, gathering people and cultivating change and growth, that was not me. My mother was very, very, she had very high standards. And growing up in a single parent household, it was like, you get this done, you do this, this is what the expectation is. And so she poured a lot of things into me that at the time I didn't really take as serious, but they stuck with me. This is why I always tell people, your kids might not listen now, but it's sticking somewhere, right? It's sticking. And so a lot of that stuck with me. And she also exposed me to a lot. I remember in high school, she would take me and any of my friends whose parents could pull together the money. She would take us to a conference called African American Women on Tour. And this was in the early 90s. And this would happen in different parts of California and New York. And they had like a teen strand where you could bring your teenagers to learn and take all these sessions, like huge women's conference. And my mother would take me to these conferences. And again, for me, it was just like, oh, a trip to California, a trip here with one of my friends. How cool. But not really knowing and understanding what was being poured into me. So a lot was poured into me. I did a rites of passage as a young lady, where we had several women in the community, Black women, that would teach us things and pour it. So it is so rich. I cannot deny it. Like, so even though I was not on the serving end, I was on the receiving end of a lot of inspiration, motivation, training, the whole bit. So I feel like I'm just kind of taking what I've received and now pouring it into other people.
Wow. Wow. So even before you truly knew it, the Lord was preparing you,
Yes,
even as a child, even as a young woman.
absolutely.
Oh, mercy. And I'm going to say this because I have to. I love your mom. I love it's like, if I could just sit with her, just in, that is like,
I'll come drop her off every now and then. My mom she's a special person, and I think my mother is way ahead of her time. Like, the things that she taught us and talked to us about, like the simplest things that we used to make like jokes about, are real. Like, we used to make jokes because she was like, we were the last people on the block to have a microwave, because she was like, I don't trust that thing. It's going to cause cancer, da, 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 da. And now, like, here we are, being super cautious about, make sure you cover your food. And, it was just little things that she was always very, very ahead of her time in. And we joke with her all the time. She doesn't think that we listen to her, but we do. But nonetheless, she's a very special person and a very instrumental person in my life.
Amazing. Love it. And it definitely shows I know that she is immensely proud of y'all. Like, y'all are incredible people. Like,
Thank you.
sure, for real. Okay. So within the coaching and consulting, most people don't even know the difference between that. Could you please let us know what the difference
child. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I don't know what time stamp this is gonna be, but I need a clip of this. Okay.
I got you.
I need a clip of this. Let it be known, right? Oh my goodness. So coaching is not what do they call it? Goodness, I can't think of the word, but it is not a service or an offering that is currently being policed, so to speak, or being monitored or regulated. That was the word I was looking for. Coaching is not a regulated service, which means you can meet a man at the bus stop who is just doing his thing and he can tell you he's a coach, right? So that means that anybody can coach. Now, the nice thing is anybody can coach. Like, it's a pro. But what I would say is, if the biggest thing that I have experienced, and I'll be fully transparent, I am not a certified executive coach. Not yet. I don't know if that's in the cards for me, just because I don't know if I want to do that. But there are several programs that are credentialed with the ICF, and the ICF is the International, IFC, sorry, International Federation of Coaching. I might have that wrong. You might have to put it, yeah. I told y'all it's off the cuff. But I know it's either ICF or IFC. And if they're aligned with this organization, this is the best clearinghouse that we currently have, then more than likely you have a legit coaching program or somebody who's a legit coach. So you want to ask them, where did they get their credentials? Because coaching is allowing me to help you get unstuck and process through things that you would like to achieve, that you would like to do, you would like to accomplish, but for whatever reason, it hasn't been done, right? It could be that you're getting in your own way with negative thoughts. It could be that you're not prioritizing well. It could be that you have too many ideas and you need to hash them out, but it is not the coach's agenda. It is the client's agenda. So when I work with Alicia's agenda, I help her sort it out. It's like inviting me to come to your house to sort your garage, right? It's your garage, it's your stuff. I'm just there, and you're like, hey, let's sort through these clothes that are going to the Goodwill. Okay, and I'm like, so what do you think? Do you want this outfit? Like, I'm going through what you have, and I'm allowing you to unpack it. Consulting is me, or the consultant, using their expertise to advise you based on what your needs are. So if you come to me and you say, my garage is a mess, I got stuff everywhere, I'm going to say, hey, what would you like the garage to look like? Well, I want it to look like this, 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 this. Well, perhaps you should move these here and do that there, and maybe get somebody to come and haul this out. So instead of helping you unpack, I am consulting with you and telling you essentially what you should be doing. So it gets very mixed up, which is why I kind of joked at the beginning that a guy at the bus stop could, call themselves a coach, because what tends to happen is people just throw that coach title on the back of whatever it is that they're saying that they are. Mm-hmm. And instead of actually facilitating strategically, you unpacking what it is that you need, they tell you what to do. And we're not therapists. So I'm not here that's a whole nother, like, I can go into that as well, right? Mm-hmm. We're not therapists for sure. And so I always try to differentiate the two with my clients up front. I'll be fully transparent. I do both. I toggle between both because most of the people that I am working with have the desire to have an outcome that I am familiar with and that I have area of expertise in. If I don't have an area of expertise in it, then I'm unpacking with you and helping you sort your stuff in a true coaching role. If I'm like, oh, yeah, I've set up my LLC before, right? I'm not going to give it all to you. I'm going to say, hey, do your research, but I'm also going to be more instrumental in guiding you through that process. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I just came up with that garage thing. I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna use that.
That's a good analogy. It is.
Thanks.
Because of course, having been able to experience that world with you and really, Kamilah, let me tell you, because I have professionally, I've paid, well, I kid you not, and Tim would cringe.
Oh gosh.
Hundreds of dollars here, thousands of dollars there.
Yeah.
To get coaching. And it's no shade to anybody. It's no shade to a single person. It just wasn't synergetic for me in those professional relationships. Like, coaching does not work for me. It's like certain things I have a know-how, absolutely. Certain things, of course, I have to sift through the thoughts that do not serve me and get to the root of those things and hold on to the ones that do.
Correct.
At the same time, it's like there are routes that I have not explored. There are things that I'm not aware of. And so it's like, this has just been my own professional and personal experience of my, mentor and mentoree coaching and, coachee experience is I felt like I had more of like a professional cheerleader. And I'm like, I don't know. I need you to tell me the truth. Like if I'm thinking outside of something that's going to serve me, if my, like, hey, call me out on that thing. Maybe I may be labeling it something as I may be glorifying over humilifying myself. I may be glorifying something that is destructive. I may have a destructive fear that I might be looking at as constructive. And so I can say from experience, having utilized your services, I had like actionable moves that moved me forward.
Yes.
Do you know how impactfully amazing that is to be able to say? Because it was something I've never, ever, ever, ever experienced before in that realm. And it was like, thank you, Jesus. So so to the coaches out there, please reflect, have those engaging conversations with your clientele to make sure that they're experiencing progress. Because when you have a person that's introverted, when you have a person that is not expressive, unless that door is presented,
right,
and you just think, okay, I'm cheering them on, I'm being the positive voice, things are going great. If a person doesn't have actionable plans, whether you're unpacking those thoughts or whether you're giving the consulting hat in there as well, what they're paying for something and they're not getting results.
Right. Yeah.
So you have something golden here. You truly do, because I can say from my experiences, I've gone forward. Like I've gone from being in the red to being in the black. Imagine that as a
I love it. It was true. I mean, like you said, I'm an action focused coach. Action focused. Like if you are not, listen, you're not willing to do the work, don't work with me.
And she will say that.
And because I don't like just taking people's money. I've worked with people who did a 8-session block. I've worked with individuals that have done 8 to 12 sessions. And by session 7, we're still having the same conversations because I'm like, where are we at on this? Where are we at on that? What are your next steps? And I'm getting, well, I haven't done that yet. And so instead we spend 30 minutes almost like chatty girlfriends. And I'm not here to chatty with you. Although I'm a talker, I don't want to charge you just to chat, right? I want to use the money that you're investing in your wellness and growth to actually move you forward, whether it be a leap or a bound or a mile, right? It's all about forward moving.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, so you offer one-on-one services as well as group services. So are there like some really uh, very bold points that stand out in terms of what a person can benefit
Mhm.
from doing one versus the other, or maybe even a combination of the two?
Yeah, no, that's a very good question actually, and most people don't ask that question. Individual coaching and services and consulting with me is going to be, I think, really beneficial when you know what, let me switch it. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna start with groups
Okay.
because I think that's honestly the way most people have started with me. Most people have taken, I think actually, yeah, almost everybody has taken a group session and then like, oh, okay, and then they do the individual.
Mhm.
So a group session, I think the benefits are you have the accountability, you have the camaraderie, the social aspect of other people, right? The community of others to share, to listen, to build empathy, to build understanding, to sometimes reflect and say, ooh, my situation isn't that bad, or, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I should try that. So it creates a space where not only am I coaching, I'm also teaching. And
Mhm.
so in my group sessions, I bring in many of the foundational tenets taught through the John Maxwell curriculum and series. And some people are like, oh, that's so old school. I've met people that are like, oh, I remember him from way back. But what I love is that the John Maxwell training and skills are timeless, right? How everyone communicates, few connect. Timeless, right? Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Timeless. So it doesn't matter, how long ago the content was created. At the core, it is timeless. And so I use that content as a licensed trainer. I have the ability to not only just coach and consult, but to also pour in those timeless skills. And what I like to do, which is very unique, is I like to bring it to real life, right? I like to look at content and it's like, okay, let's like really dive in. So it is not a book club. It is not just a social time. It is a time where we reflect, we use skills, we talk, we laugh, but we also walk out with action steps. Like, what is the next step? That is always going to be my question. What is the next step? That being said, it is group focused. You do not get individual time with me to talk through whatever your particular issue is. It is going to be more generalized, and you will have to use those general skills and things that we talk about and apply them yourself to your own situation. Whereas an individual, you have the full focus on you. And so I've had most people start off in group sessions and then jump into individual sessions because now they feel like, okay, I'm ready to now dive into my business plan, or I'm ready to transition and retire from my job and I need your help. It's been so interesting that most of my clients recently have either been business related or a professional transition. Like, I'm transitioning into another job. I'm tired of this field. I've been in this field for 30 years. I'm ready to jump and try something new. What's the best way to do it? So I've been working a lot with professional and personal transition, and it's actually been pretty fun. But that is the difference. And of course, when you're by yourself, there's no accountability of anyone but you and me. And the whole time, again, we are unpacking your garage. We are working on your stuff versus the group at large.
Indeed, indeed. And I will say the group setting is so powerful because I know it has challenged me to elevate my thoughts, to
Mhm.
elevate my vision, to not limit myself in very specific spaces that when I saw other women, and other participants really, be and let me back up even with that. I want to say thank you because you do a superb job of creating safe space. What is expressed in this space stays in this space. There's no judgment. And
Mhm.
that is truly felt. You do a great job of creating that culture and everyone buying into that immediately, I could truly say because I know I've definitely been vulnerable in those spaces. I felt safe, and that is it's very challenging
Yeah.
for me to be open and vulnerable with people. It's like I don't know you,
Exactly. Right. Right.
but you really do, and that's not an easy thing to do. Is like
It's
is that's
not.
just a part of how you are. Like
You know, you got to remember again, professional hat. I'm a school. My biggest professional hat is my school counselor hat,
mhm,
and I have had to run support groups for middle school girls, right?
mhm,
Girls who had divorcing parents, girls who had issues with bullies. So I have, you know, that's kind of part of my roots. And so I try to be open enough to make everyone feel welcome. And it's funny you mentioned all participants. I always make my family members take my classes. And so keyword make. I think everybody has, even including my stepdaughter and my son-in-law. But that being said, I try to make the space open for everyone, whether it's a 20 something year old who's in a room full of 60 and 70 somethings, right? There's no age range. Everybody has opportunity to get better and to grow. And so when we have that in our minds, it's such a powerful thing.
indeed, indeed. Okay, you have some really powerful, amazing things coming up. Would you like to dive into that?
Oh, yes, I would. And I'm going to be fully transparent. I don't have my dates in front of me. So
You
I'm
know
going
what?
to,
Okay, I think I may have you covered.
you
Let's
okay?
delay.
Oh, look at there.
Oh my
Boom.
god. Oh my god.
Listen, won't he do it? Okay. So yeah, I'm in a season right now. I don't know about you guys, but I'm like, oh my goodness. The end of the year is like right here, right here. It's crazy. And so I had set some goals and intentions and just things that I wanted to grow in for the year. And some of them I'm doing all right, and others have been put on the back burner. And I know I'm not alone, right? I do a vision workshop to start off the year every year, and I'm very purposeful in writing those goals. But I also try to do a quarterly check in because we all know that if we put something on the fire and we don't attend to it, it will dissolve, right? And so I am doing my last mid year check in, and it really isn't even mid year anymore. It's more like a third of the or fourth, 3/4 of the year. But nonetheless, it's going to be on September 23rd. It is a virtual event, which means all are welcome. All are welcome. It is 3 hours. And it is intense, right? We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. I'm going to do some one-on-one coaching so the group can engage and watch and reflect. We're going to take those undone goals, and we're going to hash them out, and we're going to get real about what needs to just be put on the back burner and what you need to fully dive into between now and the end of the year, so that you start off 2024 clear and clean, and you're not constantly recycling your same goals that you had the prior year, right? And so we hope to do some accountability, networking, refreshing. This is a $49 session for 3 hours. That's not bad, guys. I mean, you pay more getting coffee, breakfast, tacos, Danish, bagel, whatever you eat in the morning, for a whole week. So think about how you can end your year strong by considering this course.
Indeed, indeed. So if you're ready to make moves, don't stop playing.
Yeah,
Stop playing.
yeah. Stop
If
playing.
you need the real, you need
Yes.
someone to lovingly step on your toes.
Yes, absolutely.
This is
Like,
for
and it
you.
doesn't matter what those goals are. Health, it can be within your home, it can be professional, it can be within your business. It doesn't matter. You just need to get it done. Then come see about me.
Absolutely. Yes. So we have that, but we also have some other things that I pulled.
Yay! I'm glad that you remembered to pull this. This is a dine and discuss. This is going to be, and don't quote me, guys, I am going to clarify. I want to say Tuesdays. I'm going to be alternating Tuesday nights is what I believe that I settled on. It's going to start at the end of September, beginning of October. These are going to be my fall sessions. And this Dine and Discuss is called Influencing IRL. And because we are talking about this, we're talking about how we can become influencers in real life. Right now, there's such a focus and so much attention on becoming a social media influencer and building this platform and all of that. And no disrespect to anyone who is working on that, because maybe that is just something that you do. I don't see myself as an influencer in terms of social media world, and don't have a desire to be. But I think what's more powerful is being an influencer in real life. And how do we lead in real life to make the difference, to support, to build empathy, to connect, to make a better world, to build a business? If we make those connections in real life, I promise you, they're more powerful than 100,000 followers online. Imagine if you built that connection with 100,000 or even 1,000 people in real life versus just going for sometimes inauthentic relationships. So we're going to dive into that. That is mainly going to be for people who are in leadership roles, for parents. Lord, you need to influence your children in real life. It's going to be for entrepreneurs. It's going to be for anybody who, if you're a leader at your job and you're wanting to have positive impact and get people to buy into what you're doing, check out the Influencing IRL.
Yes. And I'm super excited about this one.
I know. I was like, I bet you this is the one that's like, it's good. I think you'll enjoy it.
Absolutely. Like, because one thing that I've learned from you by one of the masterminds that you offered during the summer, is there is a vast difference between managing people.
Yes.
And leading people.
Yes, absolutely.
And so if you are like, what's the difference? Join the class.
Come and see, come and learn, right? Yeah, big difference. And so, and even social media influencers. Imagine if you spent just a little time also learning how to influence in real life and online, right? Powerhouse. And that's what we see most celebrities. I mean, they have impacted people in real life. And so therefore they can translate it to a social media space.
Indeed. It's like, how do you want people to feel when they've left your presence? Like, That's really what that makes me think of.
Yeah. What kind of action do you want them to lead to do when you're not around?
That's good. I like that. All right. Last but not least, we have one more.
I'm gonna be a busy lady this fall. Lord help. I'm taking it back to the basics. I've actually had a lot of people ask me about this class. And so I am going to bring back an oldie but goodie. This was one of my first classes that I taught. But the funny thing is I've had people take this twice because it's so good. It is a class on personal growth planning, and it's derived from the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. This you could go back and go a million times. It just gets to the root of what do you want to do and how you're going to get there. And it's for the people who haven't started yet, or maybe they've started up here, but they haven't started in their actions, or maybe their actions are slower and they don't really know what the next steps are. Yeah. This is, we're doing it as a group, but I am limiting the number of people because I want to give valuable tools to people on how to really develop their growth plan. You actually get a physical document that you're going to be writing your growth plan on. If you pay fully, you get the book for free. You have two options to pay. You have a split pay and a full pay. If you pay the full pay, you get the book, and everybody's going to get the resources, the digital resources to print and actually craft your personal growth plan. So I'm excited about that. That is also, I'm going to alternate that on the Tuesdays that we don't have Influencing IRL. We'll be doing 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth so I can stay sane and remember all of these classes. So it's going to be a busy fall, but I'm excited. I know people, let's get it. Let's end the year strong.
Indeed. Like, the best time to start is now.
Get it done.
That part. It's like, please don't, y'all.
For sure. I just realized I literally have the same shirt on. And the same cardigan. Oh my God. Wait. Don't laugh. Hold on. I'm gonna do the pose.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, wait, I did it that way. I was skinnier. My face was slimmer. What in the hoot nanny?
You know there's gonna be a little snippet. Yes, it's happening. It's happening.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I ain't got no sense. One of my strengths is humor,
And I love it. Oh
and
my
I love it.
goodness.
So there's that.
So, okay. So for my individuals that they're like, I'm ready to make moves. I'm ready to dive in. It's like, oh my gosh, you've stirred up something in me. And I'm like, I need to be a part of one of these group sessions, or I need to connect with her for maybe some one on one coaching and consulting. How do they connect with you?
Yes, so there are several ways that you can connect with me. The probably the fastest way that you could catch me is by reaching out to me on email, or you can pull my Facebook, Positively Devoted Life LLC. You can do that. As been posted on the screen here, I have a website. It is CamillaAntoine.com. You can text me. I'm formal but informal. And so I'm one of those people like, hey, just reach out via text and we can chat it up and figure it out. We can set up a discovery call, or what I call a pick my brain call. And we can kind of talk through what it is that you may be looking for. I'm also on LinkedIn. You can find me there under Kamilah Antoine. I'm on Instagram, but I'm going to be transparent. Not a lot, but I'm there. I think I'm there as Positively Devoted or something along that lines. That goes to show you how often I'm on Instagram. I watch Instagram to watch, my favorite gospel celebrities and what they're doing. Yeah, I think that's about it. But that's how you find me, or you ask Alicia, hey, tell me about your crazy coach lady, and she'll hook it up. So there's that. That's how you find me.
Awesome. I'm gonna put, so if you want to get her info, I'm about to put it on the screen now. So let me see. Which email do you want them to
Let's go with Positively Devoted Life at gmail.com. That is the best email to capture my attention.
All right, awesome. I'm gonna get it on the screen so you can just screenshot it with your phone or take a picture of it with your device.
Yes, and under CamillaAntoine.com, there's a tab that says Work With Me. And if you scroll down, you will see all of the courses that were shared in this video. You're able to click on them, get registered. Again, if you do full pay for the courses, for the group series, you will get the book for free. If you do split pay, you do not get the book for free, but I will tell you how to find it, and you will have all the other downloadable resources.
Indeed, indeed. So y'all get connected. Even if you're like on the fence, follow her page. She offers humor. She offers inspiration. She offers real life, for real content.
Yes. I was actually thinking about going live about this doggone detox I'm doing right now. Ooh. It's a struggle.
Ooh, y'all. Dude, you should do it. Totally do it.
Man.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Alicia. I appreciate you for inviting me to do this, to help me spread the word about what I do. Mm-hmm. You caught me on a day where my hair is popping. I've been training teachers. And so it's nice to get a little break from that and to hop on here with you. And I'm just, again, so proud of what you're doing. I cannot wait to see you blow up. Do not forget about the little people when you big timing, like, hey, I'm going to pull this video out of the archives. I knew her.
I knew her. Like, real talk, it's like I come from humble beginnings. Like, God is amazing. God be the glory. Sure. It's like, I'm going to be me regardless of the number, whether it's 1 or 1 million. I'm going to be me. But absolutely. Oh my goodness, it was an absolute pleasure. Y'all get the info, screenshot, do your thing. Y'all know what you do.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you are a business owner, if you're a solopreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're someone that serves through what you do, I want to love on you. I want you to be right here with me. I want to hear your heart. I want to hear your passion. I want to hear the vision that God has given you. And I want you to share that with others. Let's encourage one another. Let's uplift each other. Let's have those real conversations because, y'all, we need them. So connect with your girl so you can be right here on Serving in Business. But y'all have a great, fantastic, blessed, uplifted, actionable rest of your Saturday. And y'all take it easy. Y'all be breezy. Peace, fam. Bye, y'all.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.